Hello, welcome to Crafting with the Crafty Chick. Thank you so much for crafting with me. I miss crafting in person with all of you, but I know we are all together in spirit and in thought and in heart, and hopefully we will be able to get together and craft once again very soon. Okay, so now we are on our last project for this month of December, and we are going to be doing a Snowflake gift box. And I mean, it's just a really nice, a gift card or something small, and you can do so many things with this. It's just a nice size, and this gift box idea came from Pink Buckaroo, another Stampin' Up! Demo, and I think she's in Texas, I believe. And earlier in the year, she did a class, which a tutorial bundle that was available for purchase. And so one of the projects she did was for Valentine's Day, and she made a box in this size. And I did one, but I didn't do mine a Valentine theme. I did mine in a friendship theme using the painted poppies. And so this was the one that I did back in February or March of this year. And so I thought, I was sitting on my bookshelf, and I thought, we got to make one for Christmas with the snowflakes, and I thought that would be really pretty. So the box idea is from Erica Sherwin, Pink Buckaroo, but the design and that idea, the decorative part, is Crafty Chick. So, okay. So the box base that we used is Pool Party, is the color we used, which is, it's 9 1/4 by 4, and then you're going to score the long side. So I'm going to bring in my piece here and show you what I mean. And so this is Pool Party. So I'm going to get I have just a few cookie crumbs here that I'll finish. And so you're going to score, when we say score, at the short side and long side. So this is the short side, so you would have certain score lines, and then you want to have different score lines for the long side. So on this one, you want to score on the long side at 4 1/4 and 5 inches. And then you would turn your paper and score the short side at 3/4 of an inch and 3 1/4 inches. I hope that makes sense for everybody. In your kit, your box bases are scored already for you, and then we will have some cuts we will need to make. So make sure you have your scissors in handy. And then for the box lid, we also use Pool Party as well, and it's 2 5/8 by 4 1/4, and you're going to score all 4 sides at 7/8 of an inch. So you score all 4 sides of that. And then we have our DSP, and again, this is using the Snowflake Wishes bundle and the coordinating DSP that goes with it. Oops, sorry, I have the balmy blue. This paper is just, I think I bought 3 packs of it, and I've already gone through almost 2 packs. So really, really pretty paper. Okay, so our DSP from that is, look at my notes here. Sorry, I'm bringing this in so you guys can see. Okay, so this is for our front of our box, so it's going to go right in the center there. And this is 2 3/8 by 3 1/4. And so that's our DSP piece for our box. And we're using Pool Party sheer ribbon. And this is in the catalog as well. This is in the annual catalog, I believe. And this is just really pretty. It's Pool Party, and it's just got that, you can see that shimmer in it as well. Sheer, you can kind of see through. And then we're going to be using dimensionals, Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, and one Stampin' Blend. And we're going to be using the dark balmy blue Stampin' Blend. And I will get to that in just a minute. So let me get these out of our way here. So there's something I wanted to show you. Bring our box back in here. And then I'll bring the ribbon in here. So I'm hoping the camera will be able to pick up on the difference of this, because I want you guys to see. So this is our sheer ribbon on the roll, and it is Pool Party. And so I just want to show you that that's a really light turquoisey blue. And if you can look at my ribbon here, it's a lot darker. I don't know if you maybe turn it over. And you can see it is quite a bit darker. And how I did that is I wanted to incorporate the balmy blue into it. And so, just like you guys have seen me do in the past, is I took my Stampin' Blend and colored my ribbon to made it the color that I wanted it to be. And so I have a few examples here that I've already done that I wanted to show you. And so the first one here is just a regular ribbon on the spool. This is the color it is, Pool Party. And then I'm going to bring in the second piece, and you're going to see the difference here. I'm hoping the camera can pick that up. I wonder if I turn it around. Okay, so you can see this in here is quite a bit darker than the rest of it. And that is colored with the dark balmy blue Stampin' Blend. And then just experimenting, I took another piece and I colored this part Rococo Rose, and this is Highland Heather. I just wanted to see if it would pick up those colors as well. So here I'm going to show you how I do that. So I'm going to pull these away for just a minute. And so on the Stampin' Blend you have a fine tip and a brush tip. And for this application I find the brush tip really works the best. Remember, these are alcohol ink, so you do want to have something to protect your work surface. And so what I do is I just hold my ribbon taut, and I start with the inner part first, and then I work my way out to the edges. But you're going to notice when I start running this over, you might be able to see some of that picking up darker already. And this will bleed through the ribbon to your paper, so you're going to see blue marks on my paper as well. And so just light pressure you want to go over, and so you can really see that picking up that color now. And so I just go over it a couple of times, and then you want to let that dry for a minute. Just know that if you do this a lot, it does wreak havoc on your brush tip after a while. As you can see, I don't know if my camera, if we can get it to focus here. My brush tip is getting quite frayed here. I need to replace it, but I have used this color a lot. So just FYI, if you do this a lot, that can happen to your brush tip. And so now I'm going to pull this away, and you can see that is what the residue that's left behind on my paper. But you can definitely see that darker blue in the center now. And you can do this with just any Stampin' Blend color and just about any sheer ribbon if you need it to make it a certain color. So that's a fun little tip there. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to bring this back in because I want to tell you also that I did use Wink of Stella on this snowflake and this snowflake, the bigger snowflakes on the DSP, just to carry that sparkle throughout. Okay, and I will bring these back in at the end of the video after we do our drawing. Okay, so now I'm going to bring our pieces in, and the ribbon has already been colored, and so we don't need to worry about that. And you will need a bone folder and dimensionals, and you will need scissors, and then your glue or your high-tack adhesive, whatever you're going to use. Okay, and here we go. Let's make us a pretty box. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we're going to take our base for our box, and so we're going to go short side, so we're actually going to rotate it. And so now we're actually looking at the long side. And you're going to see here you've got score lines, 2 score lines here that go up to this intersecting score line on both sides. I hope my camera is able to pick this up for you. So what we want to do is we want to make cuts on both of these score lines up to that intersecting score line. So this one has already been done, so I can show you that that's what it's supposed to look like. So now I'm going to make those same cuts on here up to this score line. Okay, so you should have 2 flaps on the end, and these are right in the middle on the long side of your box base, okay? And so now what we're going to do is, so one side is going to be your box front. We're going to actually go ahead and adhere our DSP paper to our box base. Oh, I almost forgot. You do not, so if you notice here, it is not the same width as the box, and you do not want it to go all the way up to the top because we have to leave some room for our lid to come on. And so you want to come down your DSP, bring it down. I'm actually going to turn this. I want my balmy blue snowflake at the bottom. And go ahead and secure that down. Remember, it's not supposed to cover all the way up to the top. Okay, and then we have our DSP there. So now we're going to go ahead and start assembling our box. And so I'm going to turn this to the side and open this back up. So what we want to do is to bring in, bring in your side flaps, and you're going to run your bone folder over those to really get a good crease on those score lines. And then we're going to do the same thing on the top and bottom of our box. So we're going to bring in the score lines, run over those with your bone folder, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now we are ready to assemble our box base, and it doesn't matter if you're working on top or bottom because we don't need to worry about that right now. So what we want to do is you want to put glue on these middle flap pieces. So we're going to go ahead and put adhesive. I'm going to go ahead and use my high tack adhesive. Well, maybe not. Maybe I will use my glue. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up just a little closer so you guys can see, is I'm bringing in this part of my box, and what I'm doing is I want to adhere this side flap to this side flap, the long side. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that, and you want to give it a minute to adhere. And I just do one side at a time. We can go back and do the other side. Okay, I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. You can do your wedge cuts. We normally do our wedge cut on the corners. I didn't do it for this box, so it's okay. But if you want to, you can. Make sure those are secure on both ends. And I'm going to lay this down. And on the inside, I'm going to run over that with my bone folder. And I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing on this side. Okay. And then what we want to do now is we want to, you can either put glue on these flaps and bring them inside your box, or you can put glue on the inside and have that come outside. I like to do it inside. I mean, it's a pretty clean seam, but sometimes people don't want the seams on the outside showing, so you can do that on the inside. And then what you're also doing is you're covering up those these side flaps that we just glued onto the inside. And then you've got a nice clean. Now I just noticed something here when I brought this in. This piece here extends out above this piece, so I'm actually going to cut that just a little bit. And if yours is like that, you can cut it too. It's just That way it's a nice even. Okay, a little bit more on that one. Okay. And so now we're going to go ahead, so I want mine on the inside, so I'm going to go ahead and put my glue on the outside flap. Whoop. Okay. I'm going to bring those in to the inside and go ahead and secure that. I'm going to do one end at a time just so I can really make sure it's, there we go. Okay. I do have a little glue sticking out on the edge here. Well, I just knew when I saw this on Pink Buckaroo's tutorial, I was like, oh, that's the first thing I have to make. I love the size of the box, the shape. Like I said, she had hers decorated in a Valentine's theme. Okay, so now we have our box front. And so I'm going to go ahead, as you can see, we have this opening because we want to accommodate with our box lid, and also if you have extra DSP up here, it can make it even harder to get your lid on and off, and sometimes you end up ripping your DSP. So, okay. So now we're going to work on our lid, and then once we have that done, then we will decorate the front of our box with our snowflakes. Okay, so now you have your lid with all of your score lines. And so I'm going to turn this on the short side. So the long side should be on the outside. So the short side is up top and bottom. And so what we want to do is you have score lines that go from here to this intersecting score line. So we're going to cut up this line and up this line. And I've already done this side. So basically you want to have 3 tabs. And so I'm going to turn this around and do the same thing on this end. And on your lid, you do want to do wedge cuts on your corners. It just makes for a much nicer, cleaner cut. And the process is easier for assembling your box lid. It just makes it nice and clean. So I am going to do wedge cuts on the ends of on all of my tabs. Not on the outside tab, not on your inside tab, sorry. Your outside tabs, because basically these are going to go in. And so you want a nice clean on the outside of your lid. So just do your wedge cuts on the inside tab. Did I do that right again, or did I mess that up again? Okay, yeah, on the inside tab. And I think I already did it on this one, but that's okay. Okay. Now that's a nice clean, I'm just making sure. So, okay, wedge cuts on the middle flap. On both ends there. Okay, and then we're done with all of our cuts now. And so it's kind of the same process that we did assembling our box, as we're going to do the same thing with our lid. But before we do that, I want to explain something to you. So in your kit, you have 2 different pieces of ribbon, and this long piece is what we're going to use to glue around our box top, and then our bow will go over the top. And then when we do that, you don't want to use mono glue because it will not hold your ribbon in place. It will just kind of bleed through the ribbon and just be a big mess. So you do want to use a high tack adhesive, or you can use Stampin' Up's Tear and Tape or something of that nature. That will really keep your ribbon in place as well. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start assembling our ribbon. I don't know why I put this away. We need it. Okay, Jen. Alright, so now we have our box lid. And so you want to turn it to the short side. And so basically your inside flap, your middle flap is going to be going inside. And so you're going to attach one of the, doesn't matter which one of the outside flaps to the outside of the middle flap. And then you're going to take the other one and tuck it in like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put glue on my left outside flap, and then the middle flap is going to go over the top of that one, and I'm going to just hold that in place for a minute till we get a nice good bond on that. And then I'm going to put glue on the right flap. And you want to put the glue on the inside, and then I'm going to bring this in, and it's going to overlap and go right over the top of the other one. And I'm going to hold that in place to get a nice good bond on that. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So as you can see, your lid is starting to take shape. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue on the middle flap and attach the left side. And then I'm going to put glue on the right flap on the inside. And just fold that right over the top of the other flap. And hold that one in place. Oh! It was sliding away. It was trying to get away from me. Okay. So I'm just holding those in place to make sure I have a nice good bond. Okay, and now we have our lid for our box. Now something else you could do while you're trying to assemble your lid is you can actually put it over the top of your box. You know, assemble one end and then put it over the top of your box and then assemble the other one. That way you get a nice good fit. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is take our longest ribbon, and like I said, you can use Tear and Tape, you can use a high tack adhesive, whatever you have on hand. And so what we're going to do is, this basically goes around our the side of our box lid. Now, some of this might be a little longer, so you're not going to need all of this. But the thing to remember is to have your seams overlap on top, because then we can come in and cover that seam up with our ribbon bow. Okay, but I am going to cut this at an angle. If you find your ribbon is fraying a little bit, just cut it at an angle. And I don't know about sheer ribbon. A lot of times you can take a lighter and just kind of seal the edges, but I don't know if you can do that with sheer ribbon. And so now I'm going to put my high tack adhesive on my ribbon. And remember, you don't want to use the mono glue on that. Okay. It is catching on something here. There. And you want to go end to end, and if yours overlaps, you can always cut that part off. We do want it to overlap a little bit, but if it's too long, you can cut it. Okay. So I'm going to start with the back of my box. You just kind of want to keep it in the center. And then I'm going to come in underneath with one finger and press that into place so that it's secure. And then I'm going to come in and do the sides. And turn it around and do the other side. And go over that with my finger on the inside. Okay. And then this is the front of my lid. And so I'm going to go ahead and secure that down. And it's okay if it overlaps. You want it to overlap. You just have to be mindful of that seam. You want to cover it up where they meet. So we're going to cover that with our ribbon. Okay. Oh yeah, glue dots. We need glue dots for this part. So if you have glue dots, go ahead and get those out. Oh. Okay. I grabbed the large ones. We don't need those. Okay. So now I'm going to get a glue dot here. Cut that out away. We don't need excess. And I'm going to take the center of my bow and kiss it up with that glue dot right in the center there. And then I'm going to stick that right in the center where my seam is, where they overlap. And just place that right in the middle there. And so you can't even tell that I have a seam there. Okay, and so now my lid can go on my box. There we go. And then you can come in if you want to fluff up your bow a little bit so that, not quite 3D, but just more of a puffy. You can come in with a pen or take your pick tool or your paper piercer and just kind of really, see now I've emphasized that loop on that bow where this one looks kind of flat. And if your tails are too long on your ribbon, you can trim some of those off too. Okay. Alright, and now we're ready to decorate our front of our box now. Oh yeah, Wink of Stella. I didn't Wink of Stella these yet. So whenever you have Wink of Stella, you always want to give it a good shake because a lot of times the stuff will settle down to the bottom. So always give it a good shake before you go to use it. Okay, and I'm just going to go over, I don't even know if this will even pick up that shimmer on the snowflake. But I just kind of went around these parts and then the center part of the snowflake a little bit. And this is pretty quick. And it being Wink of Stella, it dries pretty quickly, which is nice too. I love making things sparkly. Before Wink of Stella was around, we had things like glitter glue and stickles, which stickles I love because they had a nice variety of colors, but it took forever to dry, and if you put it on really thick, sometimes it took 2 days to dry. And Wink of Stella, it's just a nice light shimmer and dries pretty fast. And for some things, it's a nice subtle shimmer. You don't want to be like over dramatized sparkle, and some things you just want that nice light shimmer. Okay, that's done. And so while that's drying, I'm going to come over here and we're going to assemble snowflakes now. And you will need your dimensionals for this part. Okay, so we're going to put on the back of our balmy blue glimmer snowflake, you're going to, oh, no, not that one. We want mini dimensionals, sorry. So So I'm going to put a mini dimensional right in the center, and then I'm going to put one on all 6 of the, this part of the snowflake was kind of the rounded. I'm going to put a mini dimensional on all 6 of those. I can't believe the holidays are over. They just kind of came and went pretty fast. Beginning of the year, it was like, oh, I got plenty of time. Wham! It's here. It's over. Okay. And so you're going to have dimensionals on all of these, and then the center, the mini dimensionals. So now we're going to take our pool party one, and you're just going to put a dimensional right in the center of that one. I already turned it over. Okay. You do want to put it on the not stamped side, because we want our stamped side showing. And then we're going to take another mini dimensional and put it right in the center of our white snowflake. Okay. And now we're ready to assemble our snowflakes. And so on our box, we're going to have the 2 tips coming out this way. And so we're going to go ahead and peel off the dimensional backing and stick our balmy blue glimmer snowflake on first. Okay, and so I'm going to have 2 of my snowflake tips. You just want to try to center it right in the center of your box there. And go ahead and give that a light pat down. And then you're going to peel away the dimensional backing off of your pool party snowflake. And this one we want to have straight up and down. And so we're kind of filling in some of those gaps. And go ahead and give that a nice pat. Light pat, not nice pat, sorry. Having trouble speaking today. Okay, and then peel away the backing off your dimensional off of your white one. And this one we're going to kind of have somewhat of an angle because we've got these gaps here we want to try to cover up a little bit. And so I'm going to have, there we go. Okay, and press that down when you're ready. And then the last part, this is always my favorite part, putting the gems on. Something about putting the gems on. It's like finalizing the project. It's the last pretty piece to go on. And you can admire your art, your creation. Okay, and there's that gem. And I'm going to place that, now this is a bigger gem because we want to try to cover up. You can see that dimensional underneath that white snowflake. And this gem pretty much covered the majority of that dimensional up. Okay. Go ahead and secure that down. And if you wanted to, you could stick 2 fingers in and push against the top of your box to really get that dimensional to stick. Okay, and there is our box. Isn't that pretty, you guys? My nieces would love this. They love the whole Frozen thing. They yeah, the princesses and the Frozen and all the Disney stuff, they're into that now. So they would love these. How fun. Maybe Auntie Jen can make something to put inside and send it to them. I bet they would love it. Okay, so I will bring in the directions again for our box. And let me know if you guys have any questions. These are pretty quick. Once you, trust me, once you've made a few, I mean, you can kind of crank them out really quick. And they're super fun to make. Super, super fun. And here is mine that I did earlier in the year. Okay, and guess what? We are getting closer to prize drawing time. Okay. I'm just kind of getting my supplies out of the way here. So, just a FYI, so you can kind of have a heads up on the Crafty Chick Creative Care Challenge. In one of the boxes, it does say, answer the questions from Jen's December videos. So, I hope you've been paying attention, because that is one of the challenge boxes on that challenge. Okay, alright, so here are the instructions, and I hope you guys can read this. I hope it's coming in pretty clear. Writing with a Sharpie can be hard. I do have a fine tip, but after you use them for a while, the chips kind of get bigger, and so they're not as fine for writing. But alright, and then before we get into our prize drawing, I do want to show you the new Stampin' Up! Catalogs. If you have not gotten a catalog from me yet, please let me know. Now, per Stampin' Up! Policy, we are not allowed to show you the inside of the catalog until they go live on January 5th. I think it's the 5th. Let me double check here. Yeah, January 5th. So, but I can show you the covers. So, just kind of something that is coming and that's in store. And this catalog runs from January to June of 2021. And then celebration time. This is one of our favorite times. And this starts January 5th also and goes till February. But, and there's a really fun, really cute thing. I will tell you, we have projects coming with this DSP. I love, love, love this DSP. So, catalogs are coming. And if you have not gotten one, or you would like one, or you know someone who would like one, get in touch with me and I will get you taken care of. And, yeah, this is, oh, I had said, and of course I say this every year, I had said to myself, okay, I spent, a good majority of my craft account on the holiday catalog goodies, and I thought, okay, I need to rein it in and be good. Oh, but celebration's coming, and oh, well, maybe there won't be too many things I have to have. Oh no. They've proven me wrong once again. There's several things that I love, 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 love. So, anyway, we have lots of excitement coming. Celebration. The big thing with Celebration, just as a reminder, is for every $50 order you place before tax and shipping, in the Celebration catalog, you get to pick whatever their options are in here. You get to pick an item for free. And then if you have a $100 order or more, there's another option you can pick. And it's usually a set or a bundle or something of that nature that you can pick for free with your $100 order before tax and shipping. So, okay, here we go. I think this is what you guys have been waiting for now, is the Crafty Chick December Christmassy holiday, whatever you want to call it, prize drawing. So I'm bringing in, you guys might remember our jar here, and so how this is going to work, so everybody's names that participates in the monthly kits is in here, and so what I am doing is I'm pulling them all out so you guys can see all of your names are here, and everybody will get a prize. I think my camera is coming out of focus here. What do we got going on? There we go. Okay, so everybody's names are here, and so I'm going to stick them back in the jars, and I'm going to draw. So I will, sorry, lost my train of thought. So what I will do is I will grab a prize from the pile, and then I will draw for that prize, and then I will just keep drawing until everybody's names have been drawn and everybody has gotten a prize. Okay, so I hope you guys like them. And they're not all holiday related either, so. But I think they're all useful things that we can always use. So I'm just going to give this a good shake now. And sorry if you have motion sickness, maybe I'll do it off camera. Okay, so the first prize that I'm going to be drawing for is And these are all brand new items. None of these have been used. So the first prize I'm drawing for is the flowers for every season. This is 6x6 DSP. And so let's find out. Who the lucky recipient of this one is. Okay, here we go. Oh, I have two. Okay. Jan, congratulations, Jan. You won some DSP paper. Woohoo! So we'll get this delivered to you sometime. So now you're going to have some pretty sunflower and some ready. There's even poinsettia flowers in here too. So you'll have a nice variety to make some cards with. Or 3D items. Ooh, congratulations! Okay, and then the next prize I'm going to be drawing for is the Stampin' Up! Rhinestone Jewels. So let's see who's the lucky recipient. Merry Christmas to me. Oh wait, Christmas is over. Well, happy crafting gift to me. Let's find out who wins. Okay, and we have Jimmy. Congratulations, Jimmy. You've won you some sparkly jewels. Ooh, you can do a lot of things with those. Congratulations, Jimmy. Alright, the next prize I'm drawing for is the Stampin' Up! Pierce mat. So, I don't know if you guys might remember that Stampin' Up! Did not carry these over to our new annual catalog. However, because so many people complain because we use these a lot for a photopolymer stamp set, they brought it back. So it's not in our catalog. If anybody wants to order, I can give you the item number, and then you can order those. So, but these are handy to have. So let's see who wins the Pierce mat, Stampin' Up! Pierce mat. Okay, make sure I have one name here. Let's see. And get it open. Candy! Congratulations, Candy! You won yourself a piercing mat. So great for stamping, great for even paper piercing. Some people I know stamp on one side and then turn it over and do their paper piercing on the other side. So, congratulations, Candy! Okay, and the next prize I'm drawing for is the Snow Globe Shaker Domes. I don't know if you guys remember, we did a project early in the year using these shaker domes that have adhesive on them. Great for shaker cards or even ornaments. So let's find out who is the lucky recipient for these Snow Globe Shaker Domes. Okay, let's see. Got one. Dawn! Congratulations, Dawn! You get to make some shaker snow globes with some snowmen or something. Congratulations, Dawn! Yay! Alright. Boy, this goes pretty fast. Okay, and the next one I'm drawing for is a pack of mini Stampin' Dimensionals. I know most of us have the regular size, but not all of us have the minis. And the minis really come in handy for small things, like you saw with the snowflakes, because some of those are too small in the centers for the regular dimensional. So here we go. Let's see. Donna S. Congratulations, Donna. You can have some mini dimensionals. So I hope that you guys can all use these in some upcoming craft projects. Okay, the next one I'm drawing for is a brand new pack of 8.5 by 11 Stampin' Up! Cherry Cobbler paper. Oh, one of my favorite reds. Okay, let's see. And Donna H, congratulations, you've got some Cherry Cobbler cardstock coming up. Great for, it's a nice red, kind of in between a burgundy and a red. I don't know, it's just a beautiful, beautiful red. Great for so many things, so congratulations. Okay, and then, the next prize I'm drawing for is the Light Shade of Spruce Stampin' Blends marker. So let's see who. Linda! Congratulations! So I see some coloring in your future. Congratulations, Linda! Okay, and so the last prize I was drawing for is a brand new spool of the Stampin' Up! Pool Party shimmer sheer ribbon, which is the same ribbon we just used on our box project. So, and then that one we know is Karen. Congratulations, Karen. You've got some beautiful ribbon to play with. Hopefully maybe you can use some for the rest of the winter. So I see some crafting in you guys' future. So congratulations, you guys, and I will be getting your crafty goodies to you. Probably in your next kit. These will be included in your kit. So I will get these items to you, and you might, in your Crafty Chick Creative Care Challenge, have something in your boxes to say you have to do something with these surprises that you've won. So congratulations, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy your new prizes. And again, I hope everybody has had a wonderful holiday season, and if I don't speak to you before then, I wish you a very happy and safe new year, and definitely best wishes for 2021. Definitely looking forward to the new year, and hopefully a better year for everyone and for everything, and resume some normalcy, and hopefully be able to get together to do some crafting. I miss seeing your faces, and I miss giving you guys hugs. I miss you. Anyway, thank you so much again, and thank you for being patient with me. I do apologize these are late, but crafting nonetheless, it can happen anytime, right? Okay, guys, congratulations to all of the winners, and I love you. Miss you guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.